One of the biggest lies I used to believe is that if you work hard, everything will work out. But the goal isn't to work more. The goal is to work with purpose. That's why successful people preach it's better to work smarter than harder. It's about working with purpose and direction. It's about grinding with purpose and direction. Imagine if you're in a rowboat, right? And you're in the middle of the ocean and you're trying to get to an island. And on the island, it's got money, it's got gold, it's got girls, it's got rum, it's got food. There's a party, everything's going on. But you got to get to this island, but you're rowing in the wrong direction. You would get frustrated, you would feel defeated, you would feel like life isn't right and life isn't fair because you're going in the wrong direction. And this is what men have been going through the last couple of decades. We're working harder and things are getting more expensive and people are losing jobs and there's a lot of things that we just can't control. So this is why every man should become a visionary. Write down what you're building, who you want to become, and how long it's going to take you for you to get to that goal, right? You have to invest in skills to level up as a man. We don't get the luxury of having women buy us clothes and food and take us on extravagant trips, right? We have to make that shit happen. We have to become the best version of ourselves to get the best life we can possibly get, because it's going to be difficult. It's always going to be challenging as a man. There's always going to be competition. There's another man that's going with the same car you want, the same house, the same vacation, the same trip, the same promotion. So you need to start looking and investing in communication skills, leadership skills. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of books on leadership by super extremely successful men and women out there in different parts of the world, different businesses, different career paths, etc., etc. Next, invest in a craft. Learn the craft and become a student of the craft. I don't care what it is. Music, art, YouTube, painting, I don't care. Whatever that craft is, become the best at that craft. You will always get paid. You will always have customers. You will always have people reaching out to you. You will always have opportunities if you strive for greatness. All right. Next thing, you have to understand that skills pay the bills. Skills pay the bills. Hard work opens doors. Skills keep them open. And you have to have an identity mind shift to understand that the more skills you have, the more tools in your tool set, the more things you can fix, the more things you can make happen, the more things you can create. So you really need to be investing in different types of skills that's going to help you level up in life. All right. Another thing, when you shift your mindset and you shift your identity to becoming a different version of yourself, you're going to have to get locked in. And if you get locked in for your goals for 1 week or 1 month, your life is not going to drastically change. You're not going to become super wealthy or super rich or super famous in 1 week or 1 month, 99% of the time. What will happen is you will start to develop a different mindset that's going to create the man that you want to become. So now you will start looking at keeping your word, protecting your time and energy. You will notice things like people who hit the gym and people who work out and eat healthy. You'll always have people in their family or people around them be like, oh, it must be nice that you can go to the gym all the time. Or it must be nice that you can eat at these certain type of restaurants. They didn't see the sacrifice that you made to get that body that you were building. They didn't see that you were going to the gym at 5 a.m. or you were going straight to the gym at 5 p.m. as soon as you got out of work. They were on the couch. They were eating chips and donuts and cookies, and they weren't getting on. They weren't lifting the weights. They weren't on their treadmill. They weren't tracking. And now they see your results and think it's so easy, and it must be so nice that you have it so simple, right? They didn't see the work. They didn't put the same type of work in, but they're clowning you for your results. So I want you to understand, like, that's part of the criticism that comes with locking in. You're gonna have haters, but your life is not going to change very quickly. It's going to be a slow grind, bro. It's going to be weeks. It's going to be months. It's going to be years. So keep your word, protect your energy, protect your time, and learn consistency and delay gratification. Nothing great happens overnight. Next thing, practice discipline. I believe discipline is not something that we are born with. It's not a course you can buy online. It's not about how many books you read about discipline. Discipline is something you have to practice. If you want to save money, you have to practice putting that money in a bank account or put it in an envelope or in a drawer or someplace and don't spend it. If you say I'm gonna save $50 a month, then I'm not spending this $50 a month. If I got to be broke for a couple of days because this is my last $50, then that's what it's gonna have to be, because I'm trying to stack this money. Or if it's 500 or it's 1,000, whatever the case may be, right? We actually have to practice it. It's not gonna come to you easy. People aren't born disciplined. People aren't born with the habits of delayed gratification. It's something that we overall tend to experience, and we have to do it over and over and over again, right? Because someone will be like, man, I'm locked into my goals. Okay, well, I got these cookies and these donuts over in this coffee room, or in this conference room. You want some? And watch the motherfucker fold. Right? He's been locked in for the last 2-3 weeks, but now they got some free snacks in there. And it's happened to me, it's happened to other people before. So you got to practice it, right? And the last point I want to make to you guys is that you have to build while you're grinding. And what I mean by build while you're grinding is that you should be trying to build a business. You should be trying to build your body, a physique that you're proud of. And you have to build a winning mindset. All these things played a great part together. Business, body, mindset, right? Why you need to start a business? Is that something that you can get extra income in? We all got bills to pay. We all got responsibilities. So maybe any extra income is always a bonus. 2, it's something that you can control and something that you can scale. You don't, everybody does. I'm not here to tell you what business to start or what business not to start or what crypto or what stock to buy. I'm not that type of financial expert. But I'm telling you this, we all need more money. We all need something that we can own, that we can have, that we can pass along, right? So you want to get something that you can control and something that you can somewhat scale. Next thing about the body, health is wealth. That's a fact. Health is wealth. If you have a healthy mind, you have a healthy body, you have a greater chance of becoming successful. If you got a bunch of ailments and illnesses and you got difficulties that you got to overcome, it's going to be a lot more difficult, right? So health is wealth. And building a mindset is simple. This is the way I look at it. By any means necessary. If you want to make certain type of money, you got to grind till you get a fraction of it. Then let's say it's 10K a month. Okay, well, how can you make your first 100 a month? Okay, scale it up for the next thing to try to get 200. And when you get 200 a month, how do you make these moves to get 500? All right, now you got 500. How do you make these moves to get to 1,000? You get to 1,000. How we get to 5,000? And on and on and on, right? So you have to have this mindset of by any means necessary. You might have to cut off some friends. You might have to cut off some family. You might have to learn some new language. You might have to go to the gym. You might have to start a YouTube page, a TikTok, whatever you got to do. By any means necessary, my man. This is how you got to move. This is how you got to think. All right, my last point. Hard work is important. I'm not trying to make it seem like working hard is not an important thing. What I am saying is that hard work needs direction and purpose and vision. Focus on becoming more valuable, right? Better skills, better habits, better mindset. When you improve as a man, usually your life will improve as well, and people will see it. I generally believe that success is contagious. This is why they say that, if you hang around 5 people, you're more likely to become the 6th of that version. So if you're hanging around 5 or 6 drug dealers and gangbangers, you're gonna be the next drug dealer gangbanger. If you hang around 5 people who are trying to go to medical school and become doctors, you got a great chance of becoming a doctor. The examples are endless. You get my point. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is that when you self-improve, when you believe in yourself and you invest in yourself, good things eventually happen. It won't be overnight, probably won't be in 90 days, but you got to stay with the grind. You got to keep building. So that's the message for today. If you guys like this type of content, man, hit the like button, subscribe to the vibe, leave a comment. Y'all know what to do. I'm up out of here. I got L Train. Peace.